If you think you can't say no, I've got news for you. Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. I'm Sibylla, and today I'll tell you why I can't say no is BS. A lot of my clients struggle with maintaining healthy boundaries, and they'll often tell me, I just have trouble saying no. And I'll be completely honest, I used to think the same thing of myself, because I used to struggle with boundaries myself. These days, however, I know that I can't say no is actually bullshit. And your mission today is to learn why this is so and how you can learn to strengthen your boundaries. Task number 1 is why I can't say no is BS. So these days, when a client tells me that they have trouble saying no, I usually ask them to give me an example. And the example will go something like this. I was at work the other night and I wanted to, for once, go home on time and take some rest in the evening. And then my boss asked me to do if I could do another evaluation, and of course I did, and then I stayed on until 10 p.m. At which point I will point out that she did in fact say no. Because by taking on this extra work and staying longer, my client said no to going home on time and to getting some much needed rest. It's really important to understand that time is a finite resource. And whenever you say yes to somebody else's demands on your time, at the cost of something else that you might have planned for yourself, you are actually saying no. You're just saying no to yourself. Task number 2 is how to strengthen your boundaries. Now, I'm not pointing this out to be clever or to get in your face or anything. I'm pointing it out to show you that saying no is not this new scary skill that you need to master. You are already a pro at it. You do it all the time. And that's actually a great news. Now, obviously, it will take some time and practice for you to remember this at the crucial moment when somebody tries to encroach on you. And yes, it is a long process, but you can get it going with some fairly simple steps, and I'm going to give you these steps right now. The first is the most important, and please don't skip this. It's super important. The first is to decide right here and now that you're going to forgive yourself, that you're going to be very loving and gentle and forgiving with yourself, because you will relapse. There will be opportunities when you said yes before you can help yourself, and then afterwards you'll think, why did I not say no? And then the temptation will be huge to say, I'm such an idiot and I don't have boundaries and I never say no. And do not do this. It's very counterproductive. This is going to damage your boundaries even further. So be very gentle, very loving, and know that you will sometimes fail at this. You need a lot of practice and it's going to take time. Number 2 is a visualization exercise. And I recommend you do that at least once a day. It's fantastic for strengthening boundaries. So what you do is you visualize yourself surrounded by an orb of glowing light, golden light, that's all around you. And this orb forms a barrier, but it doesn't stop good things to go through. You can still communicate and you can still exchange love with people. All this flows freely through that orb. What you send out and all the good things that people send to you flows through without any obstacle. It's just the negativity that gets filtered out by this orb from entering your space and reaching you, and people overstepping your boundaries and things like that. So visualize that once a day for a couple of minutes. It's amazing what this does. It really does strengthen the boundaries. It sounds a bit woo-woo, but you will notice that people will, over time, become less likely to overstep your boundaries in the first place. And when they do, you'll have an easier time setting the boundary and saying no. The next step is that the next time somebody tries to encroach on your boundaries, a colleague or your boss or your friend or somebody from your family comes and makes a demand of you, do everything you can to avoid responding immediately. Say, I need to finish something first, or just hang on a second. Just do whatever you can. Just take a deep breath before you answer and quickly say yes. And create some space between their demand and your response. And that's the fourth step. In that space, examine what you want to do, what you really want to do without pressure or anything. Pick the person you want to say no to, and it might be yourself. Sometimes maybe you haven't planned much and you would actually like to do that person a favor, and it's a good thing. This is, it's nothing, that doesn't mean you have unhealthy boundaries. You can decide that you want to do this. Boundaries doesn't mean that you never do anything for anyone. It just means that you make a free choice rather than feeling compelled by everybody else's wishes, right? So you sit there and deliberate which person you want to say no to. Just be completely clear that it's not, I can't say no. You are saying no in any case. You just pick whether you say no to yourself or whether you say no to the other person. And then you take a deep breath and do that and go through with it. When you have that clarity, it's half the battle. It's much easier than to actually say it. Again, this takes practice. It's not going to happen overnight. Be very gentle and patient with yourself. And if you'd like some help, this is a big part of my work with my clients. So there's a link in the description. You can check out my programs and book a chat with me. These chats are completely no strings. It's just to get to know each other and to see whether the program fits for you. I do respect other people's boundaries, so I'm never going to try and get you to say yes. So don't worry. You can always talk to me, and then we'll both decide, is this for you or is it not? Or do you want to do it or do you not? Do you want to spend the money? And so on. Again, there will never be any pressure from me. I'd love to hear from you. And that brings me to task number 3, which is, as usual, let me know. Leave a comment below the video and tell me where you stand on this. Do you struggle with boundaries, or have you no problem saying no? Are you maybe somebody who says no a little often and would like to explore the possibility to maybe be a bit more gracious towards others and deny yourself a few more things? Both, it all exists. We can all work on our boundaries in different ways. I'll reply to every comment, I promise. If you would like some more, consider joining the community of Wild Spirits on wildspiritscoaching.com. You fill in a little form there and get 1 email per week. It's 100% spam free with extra articles and resources and recommendations of books and other resources. And sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up, or you can Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to the website as well. Thank you for watching.